and welcome. Today we are talking about the Seiko announcement of the discontinued watches, some of Seiko's most loved, respected, and highly recommended watches. With that being said, if I'm looking down in the video, this is what I'm looking at. I honestly cannot remember all the numbers off the top of my head. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Number one is the Seiko SRB033 in black and the Seiko SRB035 in white. Now these watches come very highly recommended, are very well loved, and are compared to Grand Seiko and Rolexes in quality. So when I found that these watches would be discontinued, I found it shocking, positively shocking. Now, quite honestly, they may do something very similar to the Seiko Cocktail Time. Specifically, the Seiko Passage Cocktail Time, the SRB065, where they produced that watch for many years, and in the beginning of March 2017, they announced that it would be discontinued. And at the end of March 2017, at that year's Buzzword, they announced that the Cocktail Time would branch out into its own line with more dire color options and even a yellow gold case option as well. So they may do something very similar to that with the SRB series. Good coffee. Number two is the Seiko SRB017, the Alpinist. Now, in my review of the Alpinist, and I recommend you go check it out, I mentioned they have been doing this watch on and off since the 1960s. They have been producing this one since 2005. This is the current one. And I do believe the Alpinist at some point will be back. It probably will be a little different than the current one is now. Number three is the Seiko Marine Master. Now, I don't believe that this watch is gone for good for two reasons. Number one, there was some supposed leaked photos of some Seikos that would be released at this year's Buzzword. And in that, there was a green limited edition Marine Master. Now, for the life of me, I could not find any information on this. So I'm using Bruce Williams' video that he did as the source of reference. It looks like they are replacing the crystal with sapphire glass, and they're replacing the word Marine Master on the dial with the Prospex X. And it does make sense if they're doing this to this green limited edition that they would update the black classic one as well. And reason number two is it is the 50th anniversary since the release of the Seiko 6159700. The original, you might say, Seiko Marine Master. It does make sense that Seiko would do some upgrades for the 50th anniversary of this watch. Now, I noticed that Seiko have been releasing green limited edition watches like the Monster, the Sumo, the Seiko Turtle, and the Seiko 62 Moss reissue. This is something very similar to what Rolex does with the Hulk. So with all these green limited editions, Seiko will probably release a Seiko Samurai Green Limited Edition and probably a Seiko Baby Turner Green Limited Edition as well at some point. What does that have to do with the video you just watched? Absolutely nothing. Please like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.